boys, we are the boys in motion. We give you our devotion, boys. I just got back from the dispensary here in Vancouver. So I got the J. Let me cream my hands so that they're not ashy in this video. I've been looking at you, you were looking at me. I was thinking, whoa, whoa, whoa. You tell me you know that clip. Smoke with me, light this J, quarantine 2020. This is the pink pussy. It's an indica. Indica meaning indica couch. A lot of you guys ask me a lot of questions about Korea, or like have over the past years. I'm sorry that I'm so late to answer a lot of questions that I've seen come up a lot, anal or oral. Are you right or are you dull? Like which one? Craziest thing I've done sexually. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be a quick little smoke with me. I put a thing on Instagram and I got a lot of random questions, so I'm gonna do that. And the first one is, which recruiter did you use to teach in Korea? So I am from Canada. I'm Canadian. From Toronto, I used a recruiter called Core Job Canada. I found him online, and literally the easiest thing to be through the process, step by step, everything you need from passports to visa application to everything. So definitely give it up to Core Job Canada. I wrote a blog post with all this information there. Other recruiters that I've heard of that are good are like Corvia. I've heard Corvia is good. Yeah, there's a lot. Another question I get a lot: what credentials do you need to teach in Korea? In order to work at both a Hagwon and a public school, if you're going through the EPIC program, you do need at least a bachelor's degree. Positions require either a TEFL or a TESOL. Usually the certification is like 100, it ranges from like 150 to like 300 hours, depending on the school or the program. They will tell you the mandatory requirement. I'm one of the lucky ones, and I don't have a TESOL nor do I have a TEFL. I didn't take any certification. I just had my bachelor's degree, but I really sold myself in my resume and my cover letter. If you guys want like a video on like how to prepare like a package for teaching in Korea, or like how to prepare your application, let me know, because I can give you tips on like the resume, the cover letter, things to include. I sold myself and I was able to get hired without having that certification, and it was actually a very common question I get. Sorry that I move around so much, guys. Would you recommend a public or private school? It's a really good question. After this, I'm gonna switch it up with some of the Instagram questions. I know not everyone cares about Korea, so after this question, I'm gonna go to another one. But I would recommend both, and you would only know what's best for you if you do the right research. I worked at a private school, at a Hagwon. I did a video about that. Teaching English in Korea. Hagwons aren't that bad, or something like that. I'll link it below. It's a really good video. I talk about the pros and cons of Hagwons, basically. I liked it because you can choose exactly where you live. If you know you want to live in Seoul, you can look up Hagwons or private schools in Seoul and apply to them directly. If you want to live in Busan, you can apply to Hagwons directly in Busan. If you are a city girl and you apply through the public school program through EPIC, you could be placed in like Suwon or Dongtan, or like random ass like rural like village places. Get placed anywhere in Korea, which isn't ideal for most people. I know through the application process you write like your first, second, and third choice, and it's up to EPIC to choose where you go. So you really have no control over where you're working, and that means you have no control over where you're living. I would definitely keep that in mind. If I went back, I would go the Hagwon route again too, because I just like want the flexibility of also being able to do my own thing. Like I'm not just there for the EPIC program, you know? Like if you wanna freelance, write, or if you wanna model or act or like do whatever on the side, I think Hagwons give you a little bit more flexibility, but I could be wrong. I didn't work at a public school. Anyways, I talk about all this in the video. You can go watch it. I hope you guys are smoking with me, and if you haven't stop right now, go grab some raws, go grab your indica, sativa, hybrid, whichever one you like, go grab an edible. This video is not sponsored. Okay, so let's go to one of the Instagram questions. Someone asked, Vancouver or Toronto? So if you guys don't know, I just moved to Vancouver like 3 weeks, a month ago. So I'm still pretty new here. I moved from Toronto. Literally moved here in the midst of the corona craziness, even though it's still crazy right now. I literally moved and a couple days later, the whole city, the whole nation basically is on lockdown. So I haven't really got to experience Vancouver because nowhere's open. I did a couple of hikes, but now all of the trails are closed. So there's that. In Korea, I realized like I love the outdoors. I love hiking. I like being around mountains, and nature really like uplifts me and my mood, and I feel more productive. And that was a motivating factor for me coming here to Vancouver. I really like Vancouver so far, but I'm waiting for this quarantine to end so I can actually go experience like the culture and go meet other people. I haven't met one person from Vancouver yet. Do I love Toronto? I do like Toronto, but Toronto is so expensive. And Vancouver is very expensive too, so it's a lose-lose. I love Toronto's diversity. That's what I really loved. And if you're like in the culture, like if you're like say in the dance scene or the hip hop scene or like the DJ scene or like whatever scene it is, there's a scene for you in Toronto. It's so fun, it's so diverse. I'm actually gonna do a video, things I wish I knew before moving to Toronto, so we'll talk more about that. If you wanna see that, subscribe to your tribe. Let's like this again. Another question. Hey girl, could you be my BC plug? Now that weed is legal in Canada, big ups to the government, the only big ups I could really give to them. They haven't done anything for the people incarcerated for petty drug, marijuana, cannabis related crimes, but that's a whole nother story. I know they just released a lot of people in California, and hopefully other states follow suit, and hopefully we follow suit, but that's a whole nother conversation. But big ups to like at least it being legalized. I'm happy it's legal. Can I be your BC plug? No, because I don't even have a plug of my own. Hey, if there's any cannabis companies that's watching this, I'm an indica queen, I only smoke indica. Someone asked, blunts or rolling papers? Right now I'm smoking a spliff, but I do prefer a blunt. When you smoke a blunt, like it pumps, like especially if you add like grabba or something to it, like blunts will get you to a next level, especially if you're like a everyday smoker, you know? I don't smoke blunts every day, but it's definitely a treat. And here in Vancouver, it's freaking expensive. It's like 20 bucks for a pack of backwoods. Fuck that shit. But like if I had the choice of someone handing me a pack of raws or a blunt or a backwood, specifically a backwood, I don't smoke any other blunt, I'm definitely grabbing the backwood. Like, it's not even a question. Who's your celebrity crush? I don't even think I have one. Growing up, I was obsessed with Marcus Houston. He was probably my first like black celebrity crush, which is really weird now that I think about it. And I actually had like an unhealthy obsession with Justin Bieber. Oh, actually I lied, I do. I love Dave East. Let's go back to Korea question. How much money did you save in Korea? Good question. I saved $12,000 Canadian exactly, and I was there for a year. If you want me to do a video, I actually did a poll on this like a couple weeks ago. If you want me to do a video on how to save $12,000 in 1 year, let me know and I'll tell you guys exactly how I did that. And last question, why did you leave Korea? Another great question that I'm actually gonna do a whole nother video about because it's such a long story. Korea was such a good time. I loved it. First time coughing, no corona. Almost done it. I also wanted to do like a quarantine playlist and like play playlist that I had, but I decided to record on my phone and we can't play music and record video, so Apple, you need to fix it. Last question, I'm gonna wrap it up because this is long as fuck. Which race do you prefer in a partner? I actually do not prefer any race in a partner at all. In high school, I had And then I had a phase where I had a thing for Filipino guys. And then I had a phase where I had a thing for, actually I think that was it. So that's the end of this Smoke With Me. Thanks for listening, guys. If you guys have any more questions, leave it in the comment section. I will pin a comment and I'll do another Smoke With Me Q&A. If you guys like these Smoke With Me sessions, leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to ring that bell at the top to be notified every time I post. And obviously, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more of your girl, subscribe. Join the tribe. And I hope you guys had a good sesh with me. See you guys on the next one. I hope everyone's safe during this quarantine. And don't worry, we'll all get to travel soon. I promise.